How's it going, my funky bakers? Hope your day's going well so far. Welcome back to another video. Today I have a very unique recipe for you: pepperoni pizza rolls. So let's get in the kitchen and see how they're made. So what do you do when you really love cinnamon buns and pizza? Of course, you create a delicious hybrid of both of them. A super light, puffy and soft dough rolled into a swirl filled with freshly made tomato sauce, mozzarella and spicy pepperoni. This is a uniquely delicious treat. This recipe makes more sauce than is required for the rolls themselves, which is good because adding an extra dollop of sauce makes them even better. And even better still, you can customize this recipe. You could do some barbecue pulled pork rolls perhaps. I will leave those experiments up to you. Here's what we'll need to make these pizza rolls. For the dough, we'll need some white bread flour, yeast, salt, olive oil and water. For the tomato sauce, we'll need some good quality chopped tomatoes, garlic, oregano, salt, olive oil and some leftover basil. The rest of the filling is pretty simple. Some grated mozzarella, some chopped pepperoni and some more basil leaves for decoration if you do decide to serve them like that. As for the equipment, we'll need a baking tray lined with some non-stick baking paper, a bowl, scales, a dough scraper, a temperature probe, a small pan for cooking the sauce, a rolling pin for rolling out the dough and a blender for blending the sauce. But if you don't own a blender, don't worry, you just cook the sauce down further and leave it chunky. And speaking of the sauce, that's what we'll begin with. Pour the oil in the pan, add the chopped garlic, set the pan on medium to high heat and cook the garlic for around 2 minutes. Once the garlic starts browning, add the chopped tomatoes, the salt and the oregano. Bring the mix up to a boil, then turn the heat down to medium or to low and then leave it to cook for around 15 minutes. We want the sauce to reduce down so the flavor intensifies. And of course we don't want it to be too runny for this bake. Once you are pretty much happy with the consistency of the sauce, add the basil scraps, mix them in, leave it to cook for another 2 minutes or so. You can add as much or as little basil as you like. I quite like the flavor of basil, so I added quite a lot. Okay, this looks ready. Let's take it off the heat, pour it in a bowl and blitz it up. If you don't own a blender, I would suggest cutting everything smaller. Chop the garlic until it's nice and fine. And do the same with the basil. And then you can simply cook the sauce for slightly longer, just leave it chunky. Once you have finished making the sauce, place it in the fridge to cool down for later. Let's move on to making the dough. My kitchen was slightly warmer today, so I'm using water at just about 23 degrees Celsius or 73 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm aiming for final dough temperature of around 25 degrees Celsius or 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Of course, if your dough times are slightly warmer or slightly cooler, it's no big deal. Just adjust the fermentation times up or down. Right, to make the dough, pour the water in a bowl, add the yeast, the salt and the olive oil. Give everything a good mix, dissolve the salt and yeast. Then add the flour, grab your dough scraper and mix it to a dough. This dough won't be very sticky, it'll be quite easy to handle. This recipe makes 6 rolls, which will be enough for 2 people. To make more, simply multiply all the ingredients of the recipe. Sometimes people ask me whether they should multiply the yeast too. Of course, it's all proportional. A larger dough can ferment more rapidly than a smaller dough sometimes, but that's fine, just keep an eye on it and control it. Right, after mixing the dough, give it a quick fold, make it into a nice round ball, place it in a clean bowl, give it a quick temperature check, and then let's start the bulk fermentation. It'll take around an hour and a half, and we punctuate with 1 fold halfway through. So 45 minutes in, release the dough from the bowl, pick it up in your hands and give it a fold. I like folding it up in the air like this, because it saves me cleaning the table an extra time. The dough is not sticky at all, so you don't need to flour your hands or wet them with water. To perform the fold, simply push the sides down and then back up into the middle, as if you're folding it on the table but upside down. Once your dough ball is nice and tight, place it back into the bowl, cover it up and leave it to ferment for another 45 minutes. It should really start puffing up during the second part of bulk fermentation. Now we can move on to rolling this puffy thing out. Give your work top a generous dusting of flour, take the dough out of the bowl and dust it with flour too. Start by flattening it out by hand, then continue on by rolling it out with a rolling pin. Roll it to a large rectangle. If you've made any of my cinnamon roll recipes before, this recipe uses exactly the same method. I like to roll the dough out slightly larger than I need to, because then I can push it back together to give it straight edges. Try to make it as square as possible. Once you're happy with the size and shape, dollop 2 tablespoons of sauce onto the dough, and then spread it out in a nice even layer. Leave a little edge at the top and brush that with water to make it sticky. It will be used for sealing up the roll. Don't be tempted to put more sauce on the dough. It'll turn out a mess, trust me. Save the rest of the sauce for serving later. And next, sprinkle on the pepperoni in a nice even layer. and then gently press it into the sauce using the palms of your hands, and then finally sprinkle on the cheese and press it in too. This will ensure that the roll becomes nice and compact as we roll it up. We don't want too many air gaps in our roll, because those will make it quite soggy and difficult to handle. Okay, now it's time to roll this thing up. Start at the bottom by folding over a little lip, and then keep rolling it forward. To make the roll nice and tight, keep pulling it back as you roll it forward. The roll itself will eventually become wider than the dough in front of it. So as you're making progress forward, push the sides of the roll in to make it narrower, and then keep rolling. Once you've reached the top, give it a slight press against the table to make it stick together. Okay, next up, place your roll on a chopping board, trim the edges off, and then cut it into 6 equal portions. And you do need the right tool for this job. A serrated bread knife like the one I'm using works really well, and it is my tool of choice. But a piece of string or floss can also be used, although I guess that would work better for cinnamon rolls. We do have pieces of pepperoni and cheese getting in the way here. Anyway, if you're going to use a knife, make sure to cut it in a sawing motion. Don't just press it straight down. Once you've cut your rolls, arrange them on a non-stick paper-lined baking tray, press them flat, then cover them up and leave them for the final proof, which will take around an hour to an hour and a half, depending on the temperature of your kitchen. Towards the end of the final proof, preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius, 355 Fahrenheit fan on. That'll be 200 Celsius or 390 Fahrenheit fan off. Once the rolls look nice and puffy, they're ready for the oven. This next step is optional. I decided to brush them with olive oil before baking. Egg wash could also be used, but you can just as well leave them plain. Alright, these bad boys are ready for the oven, so let's get them in there. They'll take about 20 minutes to fully bake. If your oven is like mine, and is baking things more on one side than the other, then you want to turn the tray around halfway through the bake. You can make these rolls extra cheesy by sprinkling some more cheese on top at this point, but of course it will hide those beautiful little swirls. Okay, these babies look about done, so let's get them out. They turned out great. I love the look of them. And there you go. That's how you make delicious pepperoni pizza rolls. The classic cinnamon roll method using a savory application. The result is beautiful and delicious and very unique. This is another remake of a recipe I posted a couple of years ago. It has been improved and simplified. If you want, you can also cold ferment this dough. You can do the bulk fermentation in the fridge or even the final proof. It's up to you. You could shape them, leave them to rise for around 20 minutes, pop them in the fridge overnight, then on the next day, remove them from the fridge for around 15 minutes to warm up at room temperature, then bake them. Pizza rolls on tap. That sounds pretty good to me. Don't forget that you can get early access to my videos by clicking the join button on my channel. You can find all the things that I use in my Amazon shop, link down below. And if you have watched this far, you obviously care about the channel, so please give me a thumbs up, it really helps out. So what do you think of this new and improved recipe? Have you tried the previous one? Let me know down in the comments. For more videos like this one, click over here. Subscribe to the channel, click right here. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.